not being, the noise not getting outside, so the police wouldn't have a reason to pass by. So they never did. We correctly kind of dimmed the room, and people would visit us, and then that guy said somebody has stolen that money. When later on I was thinking about it, how he wasn't really angry about it. It was like an announcement he made, and then why was he taking the money anyhow? And then it was like, yeah, okay. But because it wasn't gone, he just kept it for himself and his girlfriend and the other guy that wasn't living there. That was just his friend and, a drummer, and also smoking with him. These people wouldn't object. And the two smokers that were selling hash or grass, they just bought these tea bags, they were called, of grass, and then they would unpack them and put some cheap grass and then sell them. So actually I would take a basket from a supermarket on a string, and then when they were shouting up from my room I could just lower those bags. But because they weren't really liking that, I just did that just once. What then they did, they had a customer that wanted to have 2 bags, shopping bags full of grass. So there they did the same. Some bad grass on the bottom, the good one on top, and they just handed it over. Goodbye. That guy was later on 4 years in prison for doing these dealing and stuff. Yeah. So, and it's funny how he had a girlfriend and she wasn't smoking. Once I met her and I was with a guy at that time. I wouldn't want to say my boyfriend, because what she told me was, yeah, when her man and my friend, the guy I was together at that time with, were talking, she kind of picked up what it was about. So they weren't hiding or being shy about letting her hear what they were talking, even though they knew that I would meet her someday, and I have met her before, but they knew I never talked to her and she was never talking to me. But then at the station, 9 kilometers away from the main station in Zurich, we were living still in Zurich, Oerlikon it is called. I met her and we talked for 4 hours. Like we met at 8 and I had to leave at 11 something, because the doors from this sleep in I was living at that moment was closing. And that's also, another story, I could say. But yeah, nice, huh? The leaves, the flowers. I love looking at the floor, even though it's really dangerous to walk, slipping, and I'm not really seeing the stones. The floor, is it stone I'm stepping on, or is it just the earth? So yeah, that one was my squat. So it was the second one that I joined, and then there was a one that I joined just for 2 weeks before I moved in at this media laboratory at my school. It was a squat that was 2 houses, and within a short time we had a bathroom in the cellar, we had a movie theater with a projection something, and somebody had even 2 rooms. One was his closet. We had a lot of space. But there the people I didn't really like, because the one woman I moved in there with, I was living together with before in a normal community. We paid rent, and there was this elderly woman above us renting out that flat to us, and I was an artist, never really at home, but sometimes in the night we would sit in the kitchen. Some friend was, she had a friend staying, and he would sleep with me in my bed, because I kind of rented or took over that mattress that she had, an extra one, and usually probably he was sleeping on that one himself. Now that I was living in that room, he kind of, I was easy doing so. And then once he had a bar constructed that he wanted to take to a cultural place in Switzerland. So we did that together, and then the boss broke down, and with a lot of trouble we could actually take that bar, the Iron Bar, to that place. And it's funny, I knew him from a festival because I was at the festival and he plays the guitar. So at that festival I was wearing a tie, you know, just lots of hippie clothes, like yellow trousers that I've been spraying on with red spray, I remember, and black spray, and that a tie, a real fancy colorful tie, and he was wearing a tie as well. So when he came up, still he was from a band, I talked to him, but I didn't know, and he thought, oh, at the beginning I saw him play and now I'm kind of wanting to take over there. But no, it was just that I saw somebody with a tie and I'm wearing a tie, so I go, wow, and stuff. So we were talking, and then he told me that he was playing with a band, and so he invited me to the backstage area just for grabbing the food, so I was thankful for that. Yeah, all the things that I own, they actually have enough room on a table, like 2 square meter table. And I even have enough room to kind of use 1/3 of that table for working. And it's not huge piles on these 2/3 that are full. That's funny. Few clothes, some down, overall. A big jacket, the warm one. 2 backpacks. Some art, laminated petals and leaves. What else? Like no underwear. Socks, stockings, bathing suit, surgical stockings. An extra pair of these white sneakers. So these I could also throw away if needed. And just go with like one backpack, like the petals and flat leaves I could just cut out while traveling, and then buy hooks and sell earrings. I could do so because it's a good idea. And then my art is just in 2 small boxes. All the tapes are gone and the photo roll has gone. I'm so glad about that. Yes. There's always people that wanna talk to you when traveling. So why not talk about these earrings and sell them the earrings? So they might ask, where are you from, and blah 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 blah. So I could tell them, yeah, check out my YouTube. Check out the real life of a cat. Like there's so many cat videos online, but mine are best. It's not like I'm rescuing cats. These are the best at all. No question. But like, what does a cat do all day long? So my videos show you what the cats do around the house. I was curious myself when I moved in a year ago, so I did this video. Documentary. At the beginning I wasn't really taking it. I was taking it seriously, but I wasn't really having too much time. I just moved in, and at that time I still was owning a bit, you know, this and that, and I wanted to have the clothes in the cupboard, and the cupboard had to move from one room to the other. The cupboard was in the house already, so I had to do a few things. So the first few days are really kind of not good, but then I kind of made up my mind, and yes, let's actually do it. So like lengthy videos where you see the cat do stuff. And it's really day 1, day 2, day 3. Whenever I saw the cat, the next day I was filming. So it's really, okay, the cat came back, and okay, this and that weather was around the house, and it's just the real life, as it says. So yeah, I'm not owning too much anymore, and I'm proud. Wherever you go, you need different stuff. When you are on a tropic island, you need nearly no clothes. When you go see the northern lights, you wanna have warm clothes. Waterproof shoes and stuff.